Welcome back, Rugby Hub viewers. This is a special episode because we are on the road. We've had the privilege to watch the Bokke play their opening game against the... Shots in Marseille last Sunday, and what a game it was. Guri, you're still in France, still traveling. Where are you about at the moment? Welcome.
Hey Gabsy, hey RugbyHub viewers. It's good to chat with you guys again. Yeah, Gabsy, we are in Toulouse at the moment. Yesterday we watched here at the Rugby Village, Uruguay, putting up a good show against the French. So that was quite fun to watch with all the French supporters. 30,000 people coming through that French Rugby Village, and then making our way to Bordeaux for that Springbok game, so against Romania. So very exciting, and we love to be here and engage with the fans and chat with some ex-players and such. So it's been a lot of fun, yeah.
And that just brings me to a quick point, guys. Obviously, this week we're just doing one special episode, but next week it's back to the normal studio. Might call Stacey back even. This week, obviously, we're on the road. We're on the road, and there's, to be honest, not that many big games. So we're doing one special episode to cover it all. And yeah, let's dig straight into it. We're going to focus on the Springbok game, obviously, as always. Massive news this week. Marx ruled out, I think it's an ACL injury, if I'm not mistaken. Goran, that's massive.
It's devastating, man. It's devastating because, I mean, that's probably one of the players that you don't want to lose, right? We brought two specialized hookers in Malcolm Marx and in Bonge Mnambe. And then we brought in Dion Fourie following that sort of, skulk bridge role that was played in the 2019 World Cup. And now we have Dion Fourie playing, obviously, this weekend now as a backup hooker, and Marco van Staden, who's not only been rumored.
Rumor has it,
yeah, that he'll be that he might be able to slot into that role there. So I mean, we won't know who's going to be called up. Is it Polly? Will Pollard be packing his bags? Probably. And obviously, Jacques Noble also hinted at the fact that he won't necessarily bring another forward in. So it'll be very interesting. We'll know that news on Sunday.
But I mean, the big question is here, Goran, just for a second to pause there. I mean, what message does that send out, to the stand-up hooker, Joseph Dweba, who's been along, the entire journey. He's been there. Obviously, he's had some issues with his line-out throws, but nevertheless, obviously, we know what an impact he can have. Massive, ball carrier in the scrum. He's still, I believe, I would say ready to come. And the thing is, if you're going to go and play against France and New Zealand, knockout rugby with one specialist hooker, is that enough?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I don't think so. But then again, I mean, we've seen that Rassie Erasmus and Jacques Noble have been doing things differently this World Cup. And so far, it's been working well. And we've been getting the results. So, to me, I'm not convinced that we can go further without having a specialized hooker. So I think bringing Dweba on is probably the correct decision. But I mean, let the fans, you guys, please let us know in the comments, who would you call up? What do you think Rassie Erasmus and Jacques Noble will do, and why?
Yeah, please let us know. Who do you think will be called up following Malcolm Marx's injury? And I mean, Goran, that basically takes us to the next talking point here today is, we see for the first time, Bonge Mnambe starting with Dion Fourie on the bench, and like you mentioned, Marco being the third cover there. So I mean, is that concerning at this stage, or are you excited to see this?
Is Marco van Staden now going to get some game time? Because Dion Fourie hasn't played hooker in how long? And even when he did play hooker for the Stormers, which is a few years back for a few seasons, he was also not the best line-out thrower. So now he needs game time. Marco van Staden might need game time. So it'll be interesting to see how this game plays out. Furthermore, 4 scrum-offs in that team. Faf de Klerk will probably be, he's going to have a run at fly-off this weekend. It just shows you the versatility of these players. Grant Williams, I hope you guys picked him as your number 9 in the fantasy team.
Triple captain.
Triple captain, yeah. He might get on the score sheets. And then obviously we know that Kobus Reinach also loves scoring in these games. We saw 2019 World Cup against Canada getting the quickest hat-trick in Rugby World Cup history. And then you got Jaden Hendricks getting some game time on the bench. So
Yeah.
chaos all around. It's
I mean,
gonna be a fun game.
it makes me almost think that there was a plan all along with the 4 scrum offs, you know. I mean, here they're all 4 in the match day 23. So you basically have here, I mean, Faf, we've seen videos of footage of him training on fly off. I'm super excited to see what's going to happen. I mean, yeah, I think
giving Moni Lebock a rest and see Akulisi what might be the best option in
you have to. You have to. I mean, I'm very excited to see what Faf is going to do on 10. And obviously, it's going to be crucial to see also how Damien goes at 10, as I think he's the only kicker on the field. So you will have to align those kicks up on Saturday. Anyways,
and then finally, Gabsy, the magician Moody is also going to shine again. So
I'm very excited for that combination.
Getting on the score sheet.
I mean, yeah, that's going to be super exciting. You have Andre next to Damien and then also Moody on the outside. I think it's going to be a very exciting backline. I actually, for those of you who want to follow my advice, I actually captain Vali Leroux. I think he's going to get a couple of assists out there from the back. Anyways, that's just for the fantasy fans. But Goran, prediction on this game. Do you think we can pump them by +50, considering we're playing quite a new look team with a lot of experimental things?
I do think just showing the depth that we have. I think our depth in the Springbok squad is stronger than in 2019. And I think we can run up the score by quite a margin. So we've got a lot of talented game breakers out there. So I expect more than a 50+, yes, for sure.
Well, there you hear it from your number 1 pundit, all the way from Toulouse, 50+ for the Bokke. So, I mean, Goody, we said we'll quickly touch on 2 other games, considering there's not that many big games this weekend, and there was already 1 game last night. This is a Bok Friday episode, a Bok jersey, Drari Ding special episode. So we're just going to quickly touch on the 2 other games, which is Australia-Fiji and England-Japan. Goody, do you think there's a chance Fiji can upset this Australian team?
Oh, but of course there is, Gabsy. Of course there's a chance. I think, Fiji would definitely feel that they missed an opportunity against Wales. I think everyone thought that they could go out and they could really upset Wales. However, they stuck to their guns, the Welsh, and maybe without their true fly-off at 10 now being injured, they just might need to control a game a little bit better. So I think Australia will still win this one, but it'll be a great game to watch. I mean, you got to see these Fijians score tries and run over people. It's something spectacular to see.
It's going to be a very exciting game. I'm not going to argue that. I have to say, though, if Fiji upset Australia and Australia is ruled out of this World Cup somehow, I think that might sum up Eddie Jones this year. So, I mean, let's see what happens. I don't want to write them off just yet. And then for the other game, I mean, England is also somewhat, upset the Pumas. For me, that was an upset because I was really thinking the Los Pumas are going into that game. Some say they peaked too early, but I thought they went into that game as the favorites. Then England beat them, and now England's playing Japan, who's not been quite up to the levels we've seen them before. So do you reckon England should take that game comfortably?
Yeah. I think based on what we've seen again in their game against Argentina, look, the Argentinians in that game was poor. I thought that was one of the worst displays of rugby from Argentina at a World Cup, and that's really sorry to say that. It's horrible. But no, they lacked leadership, they lacked instinct. I mean, they played 40 minutes with England having a red card, even more, and they couldn't get it done. And obviously George Ford putting on a masterclass, I almost swear, a masterclass of rugby at a 10. So I mean, that was it's great. So I think England should take this one. Japan's not quite there yet, so we'll have to see what happens with that one. But yeah, we'll have to see.
Well, Goody, it's lovely to catch you. At least I'm really glad, guys. Just so you know, I mean, Goran has been on the road this whole week. I've moved to South Africa, so a lot's been going on.
Rough,
but
boys.
I'm really happy we could get this episode out. Guys, please let us know what you guys think of the predictions, and also check us out on Instagram. It's been taking off. Like people have been just commenting and screaming at us, and we are outside the stadiums doing recordings. And check us out on the Rugby Hub spots and give us your predictions, subscribe, and I promise you next week there'll be way more content, and we'll also publish some of the exciting stuff we've witnessed at the Rugby World Cup. So thank you for tuning in. Have a lovely weekend. Enjoy the rugby, and Drari Ding.
Drari Ding. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Thank you so much.